Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Tea Time with me, Dineo Rasedile. If it is your first time tuning in, welcome to my channel where I share not only acting tips for aspiring actors but also share my own personal experience in the TV and film industry. Today I will be talking about how I booked my very first TV commercial, which also happens to be my very first professional acting job. And the reason why I decided to speak about that today is because I feel like as I was thinking about topics that I would like to do, I thought I can't really share about my TV and film experiences without speaking about the importance or the role that my faith has played in my journey so far, or from the very beginning. So I'm going to be chatting about that today. And for tea time today, I'm trying, I don't know if you guys have ever experienced foods that you've literally hated for the longest time, all of a sudden tasting really good to you. Lately, that's just been happening a lot with me. There's quite a number of foods that I really could not eat, did not enjoy at all, and now all of a sudden I just can't get enough of. So one of those things happens to be white chocolate. So I don't know when this happened, but lately I really enjoy white chocolate. And I hate biscuits that have a lemony something to it, either a lemony filling or whatever. So today I'm going to try them after I don't know how long. The last time I had any kind of cookie like that, I was really, really small. So that's what I'm having for tea time today. Once again, we're going all the way back to 2013, a very eventful year. But I got signed by my agent in the beginning of 2013, and so this particular brief I received towards the end of the year. I think it was around October, and I remember opening the brief and thinking, she's me. Sometimes you read a brief and it seems to describe you to a T. I remember they were looking for a family. They wanted a mom, a dad. The little teenage girl, they wanted a grandpa. And the description literally was me. So I was like, there's no way I can't go. But now the problem was, I was so broke. I was a student. It was my third year. And so my parents had given me a car the previous year, and on the previous day that I got this audition brief, the petrol lights had just come on. And now back then I did not know my car, I did not know reserve tank, how it works. For me, once the light went on, it was game over. So I'm just like, oh my gosh, I don't have any petrol. I didn't have any money on me or in my bank card. Guys, when I tell you I was broke, I mean student broke, proper broke. So I knew that my mom was gonna send me money in a couple of days. So whatever I had, the food that I had, I lived literally just across the studio, so it was fine. So I could survive, but now I couldn't get to this audition. And I was trying not to be upset about it. And I was trying not to be upset about it, but I remember after reading the brief and after assessing my situation and realizing, there's nothing that I can do to get me to this audition. I remember I took a shower because I didn't have any classes that day. So I took a shower and I made myself look cute, and then I remember I prayed. And I didn't even know what to pray. I remember I was just like, oh, Lord, I really just, I feel like this is an audition for me. This whole year, I've gotten a few auditions, but I have not received one that feels like such a perfect fit for me. I'd really like to go, make a way. And then I took a nap. And I remember the reason I took a nap was because I did not want to wallow. I didn't want to sit there and have a pity party And I also didn't want to call my mom. I didn't want to bother my mother because my mother had done, like, guys, my parents were doing the most. Like, they're already paying for me to go to, to go to school. This was a private institution, which was not cheap. And they were doing a lot. So unless it was like a really big emergency, I preferred to not like call them all the time if I wanted something or if I needed something. I would either just wait it out or just make another plan. So I took a nap. Okay, I can smell the chocolate, so I need to eat it now. So I took a nap. And then I remember about an hour later, I got woken up by a text. And the text is like, 500 Rand has just been, deposited into your account. And I'm like, Guys, understand that I had not said anything to anybody. I had not spoken to anybody about this audition. I had not asked anyone for anything. I was just like I said, I got the brief, I read it. I said a very, the prayer wasn't even like, hey, I'm breaking down no, it literally was just like a very chilled prayer, and then I went to bed. So when I read this text, I was like, okay, who is this now? And who do I call to thank? Like, what is happening? One of those moments where you literally like, God, is that you? You know what I mean? Okay, this is the moment. Remember I said I haven't had this in years. Okay, this doesn't taste like how I remember. This tastes way better than what I remember. Like, I remember lemon creamed biscuits tasting really horrible. Like this weird, salty, sweet. Well, I still get the salty vibe, but like, this is good. You see what I mean? Now this is added to the list of what is happening. Is this like what happens when you're adult? Like things you used to hate as a kid just all of a sudden become enjoyable. Am I weird? Like, do you guys go through the same thing? Okay, I digress. So here I am, I'm thinking, okay, who do I thank? What's happening? Maybe it's my mom. Then as I'm sitting there trying to figure out like what's going on, I get a call. And it's my aunt. And she's like, hey, did you get the money? And I'm like, yeah. Yay, thank you. How? So she's like, no, I was just sitting here and I was thinking, like, who can I just bless? Who can I just bless with some money, or like whose day can I make? And you were the first person that came to mind. So without even thinking about it, I just thought I should send you money. And I'm like, guys, blinking back tears. I'm like, oh my gosh, you have absolutely no idea how much I needed that cash right now. And I'm just like thanking her and freaking out, and cool. So that conversation ended. Now it's like, I remember the audition was from between 1 and 5 p.m., right? And at that time, I think it was like 3. Yes, it was like 3 o'clock. So I had to first go to the filling station. I had to drive straight to the filling station in my mind. Now I know that I could have literally driven from Centurion to Auckland Park and back. But back then it was like, no, you got to drive straight to the petrol station. So I get to the petrol station, I, pour in the gas, and then I make my way to the audition. Remember now, it's peak traffic in Johannesburg. And I'm going where? Auckland Park. That nightmare of a road. Before Waze and stuff. Do you know what I mean? So, and I feel like in that area, Waze is not going to help you much, I think. I don't know. So there I am. I'm sitting in hectic traffic. But I was like so calm. because now I'm feeling like I said this prayer and God answered my prayer, guys, and I'm just like playing worship music, praise music, and I'm just like, there's no way I'm not gonna book this role. With everything falling in place like this, like, what do you mean? It's obviously mine. So there I am in traffic. I'm having me a time. And I remember I got to the venue. It was like 10 to 5, guys. Just before 5 p.m. And when I got there, it was so empty, unusually empty. Like, usually at this casting venue, it's always packed. Like, always packed. So I got there and it was like empty. There was no one there. There was like one other girl who was in like auditioning when I arrived. So as I was filling in my form, there was somebody inside. So I sat down, I filled in my form, and then I waited. And then when she was done, I was literally the last person, guys. I walked in there and the casting director is irritated. She's done. She's hating her life. And she says to me, I really hope you can act. And I'm like, well, okay. But I'm like, remember the events of the day. This is my job, okay? So, irritated casting director or not, it's my span, this one. She explains to me what to do. She's like, listen, I have seen some like hectic stuff today. I've seen some overacting. I've seen some weird stuff. All I want is for you to take the can of spray, imaginary can of spray, and spray the cockroach. And that's it. Oh, and the other direction that she gave. And so she says action, and I do my thing. And I do my thing and I walk out. As I'm walking out, I see the lady who's assisting her. They're both looking into the camera. And she's like, yeah, no, that was pretty good. And I'm out. Get back in my car and I jam all the way back home. Then, I think it was 2 days later, so this audition was on a Monday. So on the Thursday, my agent calls me. It's early in the morning. I'm driving to oh, I remember. No. The studio used to be opposite to where I stayed, and then it had moved, but literally like just up the road. So I was like driving to the studio, and I was gonna have a morning class, early morning class. I think it was like at 8. So my agent phones me. She's like, hey, so that audition you went to a few days ago, they've booked you and they'd love for you to play the teenage daughter. Do you accept the job? And I'm like, are you even joking? Like, what do you even mean? So, guys, I cannot even tell you like what that experience alone did for my faith and did to kind of affirm what I believed about myself and being on this journey, what I believed about God and being on this journey. I had always believed that I can't believe I've been depriving myself of nice things. I wonder what else I thought was ugly. Yeah. So that entire experience was something that I definitely needed in the very beginning of my career, for God to affirm that you're on the right path. You know, it was just such a loving experience. Can I say that? Yes. I could not deny that God's hand has just from the very beginning just consistently been strongly in my journey. And that story for me is something that I will forever cherish. And I'm not gonna, say that it's been a smooth ride forever. And on some days when I felt like this is the one, that, they didn't just like bomb out right in front of me. But even when they do, later on, when I look back, I realize, oh, that's why I didn't get the job, or that's why I wasn't supposed to be there. And I'll share a lot more of those as time goes on. But for today, I really just wanted to share this story, especially for people who are starting out, people who feel like, you need something, some motivation, some encouragement, just anything to keep you going. I hope that this story has motivated you, has inspired you. So this is also for people who maybe have been working for a while, just as a reminder to remember. Do you know what I mean? Whenever you're in a season where things are particularly tough, things are dark, it seems like things are just falling apart all around you, we tend to wallow, we tend to fall into doubt and depressedness and anxiousness and all of that. And sometimes it's important to just take a moment and remember all the places where God has brought you through, and remember all the awesome things that He has done in your life, because then, as you move forward, you realize that actually your doubt and your own unbelief is what holds you back and closes the doors for you. Right? Okay, cool. So that is it for today. Before I start preaching, I literally finished all those cookies. I can't believe that I enjoyed them so much. I'm starting to think that it's a brand thing or a type thing, because there's no way those cookies that I remember tasting so horrid back then can taste so good now. I'm going to experiment and I'll come back and tell you. But that's it for today. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, and I really hope that you got something from this video and you were inspired and motivated. If you have any questions about anything that I shared today, anything that I said, or just general questions about the TV and film industry, feel free to pop me a question in the comment section. I would love to engage with you. If you've already subscribed, thank you so much. I see you and I appreciate you. If not, please do click the subscribe button and the notification bell to make sure that my next video, you're one of the first to catch it and you don't miss anything that I post up in the future. But that's it from me today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.